Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today I'm going to be going over date functions with Google Sheets. So I've put in some of the most common date functions that I use and just some dates to play with. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So if you want to extract just the day of a date, so in this case it would be 1, here, 2, etc. There's a function that's nicely named day. So you just put in the day and it'll extract that date for you. So if I go ahead and see these, you can see it's extracting the day part of each one of these dates. Now instead of the day, if you want the day name like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., you'd have to use a different function called text. And again, you select the date there and the format that you want. So in this case, it's going to be 4 Ds. And that'll give you the Monday, Tuesday, etc. Now if you want the 3-letter abbreviation for the day instead of this full day name, go ahead and take off one of those D's and you'll see that you'll get that 3-letter abbreviation. Now if you want just the number here, but you want a 0 prefix to it, if it's less than 2 characters long, what you can do is take another D off of that and it'll give you that. And there you go. So that's the day name. I'm going to go ahead and fill this back up. The month, similarly, there's a function called month that just you enter the date and it gives you the month number. Very simple. And then the month name, similarly, you're using the text function. You put in the date, and the format you want here is 4 M's, M for month, so that's easier to remember, and it'll give you the full name of that month. See there, I'll just fill it all the way down, and you can see all those examples. And in the same way, if you want the 3-letter abbreviation, you just put in 3 M's and you've got the 3-letter abbreviation. And if you put in 2 M's, again it'll give you that that month number, but it'll prefix a 0 if it's only 1 character long. If it's like December and it's 12, it'll just give you 12. And then just to be complete, they also have a year function. So you just put in the date and it'll get the full year for you. In some cases you might want to know the last day of the calendar month. So in this case you can use a function called Eomonth, end of month. You put in the day. So there's the second thing, that's months. So you can get the end of month a certain number of months in the future, but if you want the current month, just put in 0. And then that will give you the last day of the month for the month that you put in. So you can see it gives you the last day of January or February or March, etc. In some cases you might need the first day of the month, so you can use that same end of month function with your date. You're going to put in 0 again. And in this case, you just add 1. Whenever you add a number to a date, it just adds that many number of days. So it's taking the end of the month, and it's just adding 1 to give you the next month. Whoops. If I fill that down, you'll see this even when it cuts over from December to January, it knows to go to the next month. To flip over to 1 instead of 12 or 13. So Edate is another function that you can use to add a certain number of months. So if you want to add 3 months to a date, you can use this. It'll figure out basically if one month only has 30 days and another month has 31 days, it'll figure all that kind of stuff out for you. So that's a handy function to just add months for. In some cases, you might be looking at the number of work days between dates. So you can use a function called networkdays. And you can see here you put in a start date, an end date, and then optionally you can put in a list of holidays that it'll take out as not being non-work days. So I'm going to put in a start date of this, and then I'm going to put in today's date, which as a recording this is 8/1, and I'll actually use the today function just to show you that. So this just outputs whatever today's date is, and then we'll leave the holidays off for now, and you can see that we've calculated the days between this date and today, and some of them will be negatives because some of these dates are in the future. And then just to show you what holidays does, I'll do the same thing with the holiday function on it, as I've got a list of holidays here. So we're going to do start date. Today gives us today's date, and then we're going to go ahead and select this list of dates, and we're going to hit F4 to lock those in, so when we fill the function down it still works as advertised. So you can see it took off 5 days here because there's 5 holidays between now and August 1st. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you fill that down and you can see it changes slightly because the number of holidays decreases as we go down the calendar. Alright, so that is some of the most common date functions in Google Sheets. Hope you all learned something. Thank you very much.